Have you ever met a woman who left such a mark on you that no matter how busy life got, you just couldn't stop thinking about her? Now imagine if you could be that unforgettable presence in her mind, the one she recalls in quiet moments, the one she feels drawn to without knowing why. Let me tell you a secret. Most men don't get it. They go around calling women the usual names: hottie, princess, love. But those names, they're overused, generic. They bounce right off her heart because they don't touch anything real inside her. They don't spark emotion. They don't create memory. But there's something different, something deeper. There are 3 special names that stir something almost magical inside a woman. They don't just sound sweet. They trigger emotion, curiosity, and connection. These names make her pause, smile, wonder about you. And before she even realizes it, you've taken up space in her thoughts. The 3rd name in particular, it's powerful. Once you say it, it'll echo in her mind. It's not just words. It's how you say it, when you say it, and why. Get this right, and she'll think about you long after the moment has passed. Stick with me, because I'm going to share these 3 emotionally charged names, how to use them, and the deeper psychology behind why they work. This isn't about manipulation. It's about meaningful connection, rooted in wisdom that's been around for centuries. And at the end, I'll give you a bonus insight, one that takes these names from powerful to unforgettable. Stay with me, you don't want to miss this. The first nickname is about admiration and respect. It can truly make a woman feel like she's on a pedestal. Goddess. Calling a woman goddess is powerful because it immediately elevates her. It shows her that you see her as divine, beautiful and rare. Women love feeling admired and cherished, and this nickname makes her feel like the most important woman in the world to you. So how do you use goddess the right way? Use it when she's truly standing out, whether she's wearing something stunning or simply shining through her personality. Say something like, "You're truly a goddess, you know that." That phrase can leave a lasting impression. It's not just a compliment, it's a recognition of her uniqueness. But timing is everything. Use it sparingly, and only when you genuinely mean it. If you say it too early or too often, it can lose its magic and feel insincere. Be mindful. If she's not used to admiration or doesn't feel a strong connection with you yet, it might feel too intense. The secret is to use it when the chemistry is strong and your admiration is real. The second nickname embraces her untamed, adventurous side, Wild One. This is for the woman who takes risks, challenges the status quo, and keeps things exciting. Calling her Wild One taps into her sense of freedom and independence. It tells her you admire her fearless nature. Use it when she's being spontaneous or bold, when she makes a daring decision or says something unexpected. Smile and say, "You're a wild one, aren't you?" This nickname creates a playful, energetic vibe. It makes her feel more alive around you. It speaks to her inner rebel, and for women who embrace that side of themselves, it can be empowering. But again, if she's more reserved or doesn't like being labeled, it could make her feel boxed in. Like with all nicknames, observation and timing are everything. Use it when you know she'll appreciate it, and always say it with a light, confident tone. The third nickname might surprise you because it seems so simple, but it taps into something deep and emotional. Little. At first, it might seem like just another playful term, but this innocent word can trigger profound emotions. It connects to a deep desire for care and protection, creating warmth and tenderness in her heart. Used correctly, little can awaken a bond she might not even consciously recognize. It's a small gesture with a huge effect, much like Stoic wisdom teaches us. Small, deliberate actions can yield the greatest results. Picture this. You're sitting together on a quiet evening, she's beside you. The mood is calm and intimate. With a soft smile, you lean in and say, "Come here, little one. Let me protect you from the world." That simple phrase becomes a quiet promise that you're there not just physically, but emotionally. It creates a safe space. It's in that moment she feels truly seen and cherished. The power of nicknames, making her feel emotionally connected, but little doesn't always have to be used in a tender, emotional way. It can also be playful and light-hearted. If she's shorter than you or has a bubbly energy, you might say with a grin, "You're so small, I might have to carry you in my arms." That light tease not only makes her smile, but also sparks a carefree, flirtatious vibe between the two of you. It's about creating a connection where the conversation flows effortlessly. The chemistry becomes magnetic. But keep this in mind. Not every woman will respond the same way to little. If she's taller or doesn't have a playful sense of humor, it might make her feel awkward or even belittled. This is where the art of observation and emotional intelligence comes in. Pay close attention to her reactions. Does she smile and lean in or pull away? Nonverbal cues will tell you everything. Seduction isn't about a fixed formula. It's about adapting to her unique energy. Like the Stoics taught, life is about responding wisely to what's in front of you. It's not about controlling others, but about mastering yourself. The same goes for attraction. The nickname little isn't magic, but when it's used with insight and genuine emotion, it can build a closeness that feels incredibly real. Words hold power. In the smallest of phrases lie the biggest emotional impacts. When you say the right thing at the right moment, you create memories that linger. Now let's talk about another nickname that flips the script, one that adds mystery and excitement: danger. This one is for the woman with that magnetic energy, someone who draws you in with just a glance, someone who feels like she could throw your whole world off balance. Danger isn't just a name, it's a statement of passion and intensity. When you call her danger, you're not being literal. You're telling her she has the power to affect you deeply. It's playful, sure, but there's a truth hidden inside the tease. Use it when she does something that surprises you. Maybe it's a bold smile or a clever remark. Lean in and say, "You're a danger to me, you know that?" Say it with a smile, but with a subtle intensity. That combination creates a powerful emotional tension. It becomes a dance between control and surrender. Women are drawn to that dynamic. It's exciting to know they can stir something in a man. It makes her feel powerful, but also deeply connected. But just like before, balance is key. If you say it too often or without meaning, it loses its charm. It can start to sound rehearsed or fake. Timing is everything. The best time to use danger is when she's truly done something that moved you. Maybe she wore something unexpected. Maybe she challenged you in conversation. Let the moment come to you. And then, with confidence, deliver the line. Here's a bonus insight from Stoic philosophy. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." That wisdom applies here too. When you use a nickname like danger, you're not losing your cool. You're in full control, showing emotion while staying centered. That's the kind of presence women remember, because in that moment, she's not just hearing a compliment. She's feeling your admiration, your intrigue, and your depth, and that's what makes her think about you long after the conversation ends. The allure of temptation, creating emotional impact with a single word. Have you ever wondered why certain words seem to leave a lasting impression on a woman? Why a single name can echo in her mind long after you've walked away? It all comes down to emotional triggers, and here's where another powerful nickname comes in: temptation. At first glance, it might sound like just a flirty word, but temptation goes far deeper. It's a psychological trick rooted in ancient understanding of emotional influence and desire. It communicates that she's not just attractive, she's irresistible. She has a pull on you that you can't deny. Imagine calling a woman temptation. The very sound of it speaks to mystery, magnetism, and a kind of unspoken power. It's more than a compliment. It's an emotional confession wrapped in playfulness. But here's the trick. It only works when used at the right time. Wait for a moment when there's clear chemistry. Maybe she teases you. Maybe she gives you a knowing smile. That's your chance. You look her in the eye and say something like, "You're making things really hard for me, temptation." The beauty of this line lies in the tension. It suggests she has an effect on you, and that you're willingly giving in. It builds excitement, a push and pull energy that is impossible to resist. It's not just flirty, it's magnetic. And don't. Just say it with intention. Your tone should carry weight, your look should hold focus. That's when temptation becomes unforgettable. But don't forget, timing and tone are everything. If you use this nickname too early or without emotional context, it'll feel off, forced, even manipulative. But when you've already established a genuine connection, the word temptation becomes a key, one that unlocks a deeper emotional response. And the more she feels this dynamic, that she's influencing your thoughts, that she holds a special kind of power over you, the more she'll find herself thinking about you, again and again, because every woman wants to feel desired. But even more than that, she wants to feel like her presence affects you in a way no one else does. That's what makes temptation so powerful. It's not just about how she looks, it's about how she makes you feel, and how you let her know in just one word. Now, here's an advanced tip for using temptation even more effectively. Instead of giving her a direct compliment, try using a compliment with a twist. If she's looking especially radiant one evening, don't just say, "You look beautiful." Try something like, "I'm starting to think you do this on purpose, temptation." See the difference? Now, you're not just acknowledging her beauty. You're suggesting she knows exactly what she's doing. She's playing with her power, and you're calling her out in a playful, confident way. It's a compliment, it's a flirt, and it's a challenge, all in one. This kind of compliment taps into her confidence and self-perception. It tells her you're paying attention, that you're aware of her charm and not afraid to admit it. That kind of interaction is rare and unforgettable. Just like with all psychological tools, patience is key. Don't rush. Let the attraction build. Observe her responses. Wait for the perfect moment. That's what Stoic wisdom teaches us: self-control, timing, and deliberate action. When you master that, the effect is profound. She doesn't just enjoy your company. She begins to think about you, wonder about you, and want more of that unique energy you bring. Because in a world of shallow compliments and surface-level attraction, you're offering something deeper, more intentional, and emotionally irresistible. Trouble, the nickname that creates irresistible challenge and chemistry. In the world of attraction, one of the most potent psychological tools is playful provocation, the art of teasing her just enough to make her feel challenged, seen, and deeply intrigued. That's where the nickname Trouble comes into play. This isn't just a word. It's a game, a provocation, a subtle invitation into something exciting. When you call her Trouble, you're not insulting her. You're letting her know she has a wild, unpredictable effect on you. And that itself is the real compliment. Imagine this. She gives you a sly remark. She tests your patience with a playful jab. She leans in just enough to blur the line between flirtation and control. That's when you lean back with a smirk and say, "You're Trouble, you know that." Boom. You've now created a magnetic tension, a back and forth, a flirtatious dance where she wonders just how much power she has over you and just how far she can push it. Why does this work so well? Because women love a challenge. Being called Trouble suggests she's stirring something inside you, an emotion, a reaction, a curiosity you didn't expect. It's a compliment in disguise. You're saying, "You're different." You're saying, "You've got me intrigued." You're giving her a taste of control, but making her work just a little harder for the full reward. And that's what makes the interaction thrilling. This is not about control or dominance. It's about playful energy, creating an emotional spark that she can feel in the moment and remember long after. Here's how to use trouble even more effectively. When she teases you again, take it up a notch. With a grin and a spark in your eye, say, "Oh, trouble. At this rate, I'm going to have to punish you," and pause. Let the silence linger for just a moment. Let her wonder what kind of punishment. Let her imagination wander, because that space, the mystery, is where attraction builds. And no, we're not talking about actual punishment. We're talking about the mental game, the playful challenge that makes her think, who is this guy, and what's he going to do next? That kind of curiosity. That's what makes her keep thinking about you. But there's a fine line to walk if she's emotionally sensitive or new to this kind of teasing dynamic. Be gentle. Pay close attention to her tone and body language. If she's leaning in and laughing, go with it. If she hesitates or withdraws, ease off. Seduction is a dance. You adjust with the rhythm. You lead with confidence, but always feel the moment. As the great philosopher Aristotle once said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. The better you understand your own style and her emotional cues, the more you'll master the art of creating real, magnetic attraction. Using the nickname Trouble isn't about manipulation. It's about opening the door to an emotionally charged experience. One where both of you feel alive, connected, and intrigued by each other. So the next time she tests your wit, flashes that mischievous smile, or walks into the room with that undeniable spark, lean in, smile and say it, "Your trouble." And just like that, she'll be hooked, drawn into the playful tension, captivated by your confidence, and thinking about you long after the moment ends. Siren, the mythical energy that makes her unforgettable. Let's talk about one of the most emotionally rich and powerful nicknames you can use with a woman. Siren. The word itself carries history, mystery, and meaning. In ancient Greek mythology, sirens were mesmerizing beings, so beautiful and magnetic they could lure sailors off course with just their voice, not through force, but through an irresistible pull. So when you call a woman siren, you're saying something deeply emotional. You're not just admiring her looks, you're acknowledging her effect on you, how her presence lingers in your mind, how her energy captivates your spirit, how she stirs something in you that you can't quite explain. You're saying, you've got a power over me that I don't even want to resist. It's not overly sexual, it's intimate, soulful, and enchanting. So how do you use siren the right way? You wait for the moment. Maybe she says something that catches you off guard. Maybe she gives you a look that sticks with you. Maybe it's the way she moves or the rhythm in her voice. That's when you lock eyes, smile slightly and say, "You're a siren, you know that?" In that moment, she doesn't just feel complimented. She feels understood. She feels like you see something in her that most men don't notice, that you're tuned into her unique emotional frequency. But like with all powerful words, the context must be right. Not every woman will connect with being called a mythical creature, especially early on. If you say it before you've built rapport, it may come across as strange or too intense. But when the vibe is already right, when there's a mutual spark, that's when it lands perfectly. Siren becomes a word that captures something she didn't even realize she wanted to hear, and here's what makes this nickname so unforgettable. It speaks to her influence over you. You're not just saying she's attractive, you're saying she draws you in, that she has a unique ability to hold your attention, that you think about her, even when she's not around, and that kind of emotional validation. That's rare, that's powerful. So gentlemen, use siren when the moment is soft, when the energy is right, and when her impact on you is so undeniable that you just have to say it out loud. Say it slowly, say it sincerely, and watch how her expression changes, how her heart responds to the emotional truth inside that single word. Use these tools with heart, not just strategy now that you've learned these powerful nicknames: Goddess, Wild One, Little, Danger, Temptation, Trouble, and Siren. Remember that they're not tricks. They're tools for connection when used with genuine care, when spoken at the right time with the right tone. They can open emotional doors most men never even reach. These words have weight. But it's not just the words, it's how you make her feel when you say them. Be present, be attentive, be authentic. Attraction isn't about grand gestures or fancy lines. It's about creating small, unforgettable emotional moments, the ones that make her heart skip, her smile linger, and her thoughts circle back to you again and again. So, what now? Here's your next move. Practice awareness. Listen. Watch. Feel the energy between you and her, and when the time is right, speak the nickname that captures what she means to you. You'll be surprised how far a single word can go when it comes from a place of real understanding. If you found these insights helpful and you're ready to go deeper into the art of emotional connection and attraction, don't forget to subscribe, stay tuned, and most importantly, trust yourself. Because when you lead with confidence, care, and curiosity, she'll think about you all the time.